We'll start a random topic. We'll try to speak on the topic on spot for at least a minute. Okay?
Sure.
I'll start the timer. I'll let me just start my stopwatch. Can you see this?
Yes, I can see this. We went to the trip through Traveler, and you won't believe, whole night I was just awake. I was looking at the road and the driver, and my full
Time's
concentration
up.
is
Time's up.
अभी तो मैंने शुरू किया
Okay.
था.
This is exactly a signal, a positive signal that you're able to hold conversation.
But instead of saying directly, they appreciate you, they will build your confidence, and then they will point it out that one minor problem with that particular thing. So I think that is really amazing. So I never
You're
feel that
spilling the
somebody is
beans, by
criticizing
the
me.
way.
Sorry?
all You're spilling the beans of all of our tutors. They firstly go through a rigorous hiring process of ours, at least 5 steps. After that, we train them up. How do you deal with learners, or how do you give feedback? Now you're telling the world out there what we do.
Yes, yes, yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Greetings, Miss Karishma. How are you?
Yes, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
All hail and hearty. How's everything going at your end? Just confirm me once if I'm clearly audible and visible to you. Am I?
Yes, yes.
My goodness, you look drop dead gorgeous today.
Oh my God, really?
Somebody invested time in, making them really nice. I
Yeah,
also appreciate it. As they say, first impression matters the most, isn't it?
right, absolutely. But I think we are connected for the second time. Do you remember?
How can I forget that?
Oh, really?
Yes, I do. I have an elephant's memory. I do remember people, especially when
Great,
it comes to my learners at EnglishYaari.
great, great, great.
Yes, that's why. Tell me, how's everything going at your end, your personal and professional life?
I think everything is going just great, and I'm really excited to meet with you today. And you have said absolutely right that I'm ready to meet with you. Usually, I don't get ready for my sessions, but today I thought, okay, I'm going to meet someone special. Like, obviously, I have been waiting for so long to connect with you, but unfortunately, I did not get your slot, so it's okay. So that's why I was so excited. I am still excited, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. You've set the bar high after saying so many things, and I think you're giving me direct competition. No problem, the beauty is on your end today. All right. Okay, no problem. So, I don't know if you've checked it up. We are today here for an evaluation session. As a tutor, I cannot talk to everybody because there's so many learners out there. Even if I invest 24 hours, I'll still be able to talk to only 24 people.
Right.
Right, and that's not possible. So we found a midway around. I'm like, I should be there in their journey, at least somewhere or the other, though I keep on looking at you here and there. So we thought whosoever completes their at least 3 months or 6 months on the platform, we'll have a conversation with them. We'll sit with them, have one-on-one conversation, and try to know how's their experience with us. Right? That would help us get some insights because you take sessions, you know about tutors, so you can give the real feedback, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Okay. Before we dive into our evaluation program where we will share feedback, I'll share my feedback, my observation with you, and you will help me share your experience about English Yaari. Okay? So it's going to be
Okay.
both ways. Done?
Right. Right.
Okay. Before we dive deeper in this, any questions do you have? Anything you
No,
would
I
like to
don't.
ask? No? Okay, all right. The smile on your face has already made my day, by the way. No problem. I see you blushing. So sweet. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's always great to see you people with full excitement and enthusiasm because before anything, it's important that you're excited towards learning, isn't it?
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, all right. So today we are going to have a lot of flashback. We'll walk down the memory lane and try to gauge some of the ideas we have had previously. Okay?
Okay.
Super. Let's start from the fresh, right? If I conclude you've taken more than 100 sessions on the platform, or in an on an average you've taken good 6 months or 3 to 6 months with this journey, right?
Right, right. It's more than 6 months, I feel. Yes.
Wow, very nice, of course. All right. So tell me one thing that you really like about this.
I really like the tutors of English, Yari.
Oh,
And I wouldn't say that there's only one tutor who is my favorite. No, I think all of them are equally important. I remember the names of all the tutors like Nandgopal sir, one of my favorites, Madhav sir, amazing, Aisha ma'am, Meghna ma'am. I love having sessions with them, and especially one of the tutor like Nidhi. I would like to mention her name here. She's just amazing personality. When I take sessions with her, I feel so comfortable. I feel like that I'm talking to one of my friends, childhood friends, and this is how we are building up a relation throughout this teaching journey. This is one of the amazing thing happened to me.
Wow, nice. I'm so happy to see the clarity you have. You exactly remember the name of the tutors and their personality. Is
Yes,
it? Okay, I'm so proud of it. See, when it comes to tutors, it's important that they make you feel friendly. Otherwise, we don't want here to be in a classroom setup. Oh, you are my student, I'm your teacher, only I have the authority, isn't it?
right, right, right,
Mhm. Okay, we always have some highs and lows in our journey, and you all would agree with that, that language learning is not one day process, right?
right, right.
You're also a working professional, you have your personal life, and still you continue to practice. What's the
Right.
mantra of managing time? I want to know from you.
Mantra is like my passion. If you're really or truly passionate about something, you can take out time. This is the same like when you want to maintain a relationship. No matter how busy you are, you will take out time for the second person. You have to spend time. Similarly, it is my passion and I'm taking out time somehow. I'm just, sacrificing my relaxed time, you can say that. So this is
Okay.
how it's going on. Yeah.
As they say, no pain, no gain,
No pain, no
isn't
gain.
it?
Exactly. True.
So you have to cut down some of the time from here and there, and then spare at least 25 minutes to have a session.
Exactly. True.
Okay. So when I was growing up, Ms. Karishma, I was not that good at taking criticism because nobody told how to handle rejection. If you
Hmm.
do something good, there are a lot of people who would appreciate you, clap for you, back be there. But let's suppose somebody say on your face, "Hey, you're going wrong here," or "You're committing mistakes." That's so difficult to handle, and I was never ready with it. When you talk to a tutor, of course, tutor would tell you that these are your mistakes, this is going wrong. How do you handle that? Is it tough?
I don't think it's tough. If you understand your weakness, your weak point, that this is the particular area you have to improve yourself. And the tutor, if pointed out the same error, you feel proud that at least if tutor is able to give you constructive feedback on that particular thing. And that's very important. Second thing, I don't ever feel that tutor is telling me in the way that I feel I should feel back. It's like very honest or very polite way of saying it that Karishma, you are doing a marvelous job. You are just amazing, but if you will reduce your speed just a little bit, you can be like amazing. So this is the way of rectifying. This is the way of saying that your speed is too fast. You have to reduce it. But instead of saying directly, they appreciate you. They will build your confidence, and then they will point it out that one minor problem with that particular thing. So I think that is really amazing. So I never
You're
feel that
spilling the
somebody is
beans, by
criticizing
the
me.
way.
Sorry.
All you're spilling the beans of all of our tutors. They firstly go through a rigorous hiring process of ours, at least 5 steps. After that, we train them up. How do you deal with learners, or how do you give feedback? Now you're telling the world out there what we do.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, nice. And I see a lot of confidence in you. I remember initially when I had a session, I don't forget, I said, I could see you either looking here and there. Today I see that there's a focus all over. Wow. And also the usage of hand gestures. If you're
Yeah.
just stiff with your body language, it doesn't seem appealing. I was reading the other day about a psychological fact that if you're talking and you show your palm towards the person who's facing you, it shows that you're confident. Let's suppose I just close it up, I keep on doing this, or I knuckle. It shows that I'm not confident or I'm not actively listening to you. So while you were
Right.
doing this, I was like, okay, that's a sign she's confident.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm confident now. Yeah.
You're confident now. Okay, all right. You told me that feedback is going great about the tutors. It's exactly a checklist I'm maintaining what we need to improve on or what learners are satisfied with. Before I go ahead, I ask you a question about your journey. I told you it's evaluation session. I will know something about my tutors so that we can improve, take the feedback, right? We keep on building things out there for you people that, okay, let's start this. Maybe learners would get benefited. Let's bring new tutors and train them. But on the other side, it's important that you get the feedback out of the session too. Right?
Right, right, right.
Super. So we'll play a game together. Would you like to do one activity with me?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Sure. Okay. All
Yeah,
right. I call this activity as 1 minute challenge.
1 minute
Okay.
chat.
We'll start a random topic. We'll try to
Sure,
speak on the topic on spot for at least a minute. Okay.
sure.
I'll start the timer. I'll let me just start my stopwatch. Can you see this?
Yes, I can see this.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll start when you start speaking, and
Okay,
dot once 1 minute is over, we'll stop speaking.
okay, okay.
Okay? All right. What topic should we pick up? Oh, we have a topic for the session. It's about fear and phobia. Okay, it's going to be a tricky one though. No problem. So, my question would be, you have to tell me in a minute what kind of fear or phobias do you have? Okay. How you got to know that you have the fear of it exactly? Right? And what happens when you have to face the fear? Okay.
Okay.
Got it?
Fine.
3 pointers. We'll think it and then we'll try to bring it on. Tell me
Let's
once
do
you are
it.
ready. I'll hit the start button. Take a deep breath.
Okay.
Are
I'm
we
ready.
ready? It's
Yeah,
not
we are.
your test, it's the test of all the tutors who taught you in the journey.
I can do
Okay.
it. I know that.
Yeah, we can do that for sure. So, please.
Start. So one of my biggest fear is from traveling. Whenever I travel, especially in the mountains, I fear a lot. And the time when I came to know about my fear was when I traveled to Nainital with my one of my uncles, and I got to know that the roads are very, very tricky. It's not so smooth, so it was really difficult for even the driver to get the bus straight. So I was really afraid at that moment, and that was the time I got to know that okay, I have this fear of traveling. Since then I stopped traveling because I got married, I have children, I have my family. So unfortunately I did not get any chance to go to travel in mountains or any other place. Even it's been 5 years, but recently last year I started traveling again. And you won't believe, but last month I took a trip to Manali, which is like very horrible trip. We went to the trip through Traveler, and you won't believe, whole night I was just awake. I was looking at the road and the driver, and my full
Time's
concentration
up.
is
Time's up.
अभी तो मैंने शुरू किया
Okay.
था.
This is exactly a signal, a positive signal that you're able to hold conversation, isn't it? Otherwise, if somebody tells you that, okay, speak on this topic for a minute, and especially when you are a beginner, it's too tough. You get a cold
Hmm.
feet, my God. But today
Uh,
I tried taking notes as well. Please, you were saying something. Go ahead.
yeah, I got stuck on some point of time because I don't know what do we say that ऐसी वाली roads. I forgot the name, so I just
Bumpy
used the
roads.
tricky word instead of
Yeah,
the actual word.
exactly. The roads are bumpy, or it's not a plains. Especially in plains, when you drive, it's way easier. But in
No, not
mountains,
bumpy. I think like वो जो ऐसे ऐसे घूमती है, then what do we say that?
curved waves. Yeah, they are
Curve,
curvy roads. Yes, they're
curvy
made.
road, we can say that. Yeah, right.
No problem. I could see you adding so many emotions. Somebody has worked upon storytelling a lot, I guess.
Yeah, these days.
You are very
Yeah.
nice. It's such a good skill to have. Let's suppose you are at work. You're narrating your stories. You are in office. You are with your kids. You're telling your ideas, your stories. And story building is one of the best activities somebody can work upon. I enjoyed it. You used a concept one off and then you followed it up with a plural. I was so happy to see that. One of my uncles. Otherwise, people just say uncle and they move ahead.
I
The
have
usage of
recently learned
grammars.
it. Recently, I have learned it. I used to make a lot of grammatical errors when I speak, especially about my past tense. I still do not have good command over my past tense. Whenever I speak something about past, I tend to make mistakes. But I think it's just because of practicing with tutors and maybe other people also. It's not that I'm only talking with tutors, I'm talking with other people also. I'm doing regular practice. And I think because of which I'm able to understand where what to use. Maybe sometimes I stuck, sometimes I make mistake, but internally I knew like, okay, this is where I've gone wrong. So this is the case now.
That's good if you're able to rectify yourself. That's a sign. Now you know what's the difference between a right or a wrong sentence,
Right,
isn't it?
right.
Otherwise, you would continue your own way and you'll feel confident enough that I'm going right. The world may be wrong, but I'm always right.
I was like that, yeah.
Okay, and we have worked upon pronunciation a lot. If I tell you my feedback on this, don't take it otherwise. Now that you're moving towards an advanced speaker, you're able to hold conversation. The best part was when I stopped the timer and like I just started. I have a lot to share, which is a positive attribute, of course. Voice modulation works. If we can slightly work on our pronunciation, there's
Oh,
nothing wrong with pronunciation. Indianism, we call it in our language.
okay.
For example, honest, that sound, polite,
Honest, honest.
focus on last syllable. That makes us feel okay, this person is not a native speaker, has worked upon. Or for example, particular. Now that focus on particular makes it feel it. You just have to refine it. It's not wrong. It can
Okay,
be worked upon.
got
More
it.
stylish, they say. You see US people speaking, or you see any other foreigner speaking, they don't speak syllables like to, do.
Right.
That it's typical Hindi sounds. We bring it in our English, right?
Yeah,
So it's not
right.
wrong. Nobody would point out, but because Karishma is with us, Karishma needs improvement in everything. She's working on. So yes, we want to chase excellence with her,
Right, right,
right?
right.
Just
I,
small things like polite, honest. Then the t sound would not be that typical or more stressed upon,
so
right?
didn't you
Same goes with
notice, did you notice any grammatical error? Uh,
grammatical error, just
okay,
one. But the pronunciation, I said, we can always
oh,
be clear with it. Let's suppose somebody says, let me,
let me,
but that's too stressed upon. Let me. You're telling that I'm writing let, then there's a space, and then I'm writing
let me,
me. But while speaking, it's let me,
let me,
right?
let me
Or
speak, yeah.
I will tell you, I'll tell you,
I'll tell
right?
you, yeah.
Small refinements. When we
Okay.
grow, right? Let's suppose you were initially in your childhood, teachers would focus on your uh, verbs, would focus on your proverbs, nouns. And when you grow up lately, work on their sentences, how you form sentences with that. From sentences to complex sentences to some
Mm,
idioms, phrases. Now you've reached a level when you can just define few things. They're not major things that you need to work upon,
right, right, right.
isn't it? Today, if there are 10 people or 100 people, I know Karishma can talk to them. Right?
Yes.
And do you feel nervous anymore or no? We
No, no,
have
no. I don't feel
faced it.
nervous. No, no, I don't.
You don't feel nervous. Okay, that's very nice point, by the way, that we have gained the confidence within. Mhm. Okay.
Right, right.
We all talk about improving English by watching videos or by looking at. I still get messages on people saying that, oh, we watched your videos or we have seen you somewhere, and then like through this I'm improving my English. I feel so bad that okay, just by watching videos you think you'll become fluent. What's your take on this? Do you think if
I don't.
somebody's just watching videos or maybe focusing on anything else can improve their English?
Uh, what I feel is that practical exposure is important. Just by watching somebody, you may not gain that confidence of speaking. If you want to speak confidently, you must have to connect with the person who is just one level ahead, I feel. Because earlier I used to speak with learners. Though speaking with learners, I gained confidence, but it's not that much which is now. Because the time when I used to speak with the other learners, I was like, I used to make grammatical errors, but nobody was there to pointing me out, right? But now, since I'm speaking with an expert, or maybe the person who is speaking better English than me, I'm able to understand. Like you have given me the feedback that I need to work on pronunciation. If I would have been speaking with somebody else, like a learner, he may never point this thing out, like Karishma, you're doing it. Instead, he or she might praise me, like, wow, Karishma, you're speaking good. And sometimes we feel overconfident. We feel like that, okay, everyone is saying that you are speaking good, it means you are speaking good. We forget that we have to have that self realization. What are the weak points, weak areas in ourselves? So that has to be pointed out by a tutor or by an expert. This is what my opinion is.
That's such a good point, and this reminded me of my college days. I was always into debates, declamations, poetry symposium. You say it, and I have it. Okay, so every time I would present my speech, my classmates would say, "Shruti, you speak well, you narrate well." And I was given a poetry to recite. I recited it well. I felt I recited it well,
Okay.
and the whole, everybody in the class, they started appreciating me. The moment I stepped down of the stage, my English teacher started, my goodness, criticizing me on the other level.
Why?
Shruti, if you are the topper of the class, you're in the wrong class. You think you articulated well. What happened to your tonality? What happened to your body language? You were just reading from the paper, right?
Oh.
And don't you know how to pause? There were few lines you had to take a pause. There are some points when you stress on it. You just said it like a music. It's not a music, it's a poetry. I was shattered deep inside. That the world was saying me, Shruti, you're doing good. But my
Good.
teacher said, Shruti, you aren't.
Right.
Yeah, you are not even 1% of it. So I think it's important that somebody gives you a reality check time to time,
Right,
isn't
right,
it?
right. Absolutely. It's important.
They keep you grounded, do they?
Yes, yes. Even you won't believe, but before I have joined this YouTube, I used to think that I'm good to go. I'm speaking good. But since I've connected with one of the tutor on different platforms, so then I've realized, okay, it's just the beginning. I am below the basic level. So that was really shocking for me because I used to think that I'm really good in speaking, but it was not correct. So until you meet the people who are really your mentor,
Hmm.
you don't understand where you need to improve. That's the only reason that we need tutors, we need expertise and everything.
That's so true. And I think you, if I'm not wrong, you're an advocate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you are. Thank God. I just told you I have elephant's memory. What if I told something wrong? It was a pressure on me too. Especially this profession requires a lot of speaking.
Right.
You expressing or you bringing your opinion on board, right? How has that changed? Karishma before speaking in English or starting her journey versus Karishma now. Profession
Uh,
is same. How is Karishma?
Actually, I have started only like I have started my professional career only after joining the YouTube. Before that, I was not doing anything. Actually, I was engrossed in taking care of my children and raising my family in a good way. The moment my son, the elder one, he started going to school when he was 3.5 years old, I joined this YouTube channel, and then simultaneously I started working on my profession. So since then,
Okay.
I'm trying to contact with or talk with everyone in English only, whether it's a client or a judge or my colleagues. I prefer that all the time I have to communicate in English language so that it can help me to boost my confidence. Because until you talk to the real people in real situation, you don't feel actually the confidence. Because I remember the day, one day when I went to parent teacher meeting, I was like quiet. I was not able to utter a single word. I was hesitant. I that time also I know English. I knew English, but I was not able to explain. So when I came back home, I worked on myself. I worked on my confidence. I tried to remove my hesitation just by talking to more and more people. And again, when there was this parent-teacher meeting, I spoke well, and I felt very satisfied.
Yes. Your kids look up to you when you are working and when you are in a learning curve. They always feel that if my mother can, why can't we? Right?
Right, right,
That's really good to know about it. And it's important for all of us. I feel no matter which profession you come from, as you told me, the incident of parent teacher meeting. Now, this incident has emotions involved in it.
right,
Right. So it's important that we make sure that we work on such things at office meetings, presentations, interviews. There are some emotions linked. If I am going to appear in job interviews, at the end, I want to be financially independent. So it's
right.
English with emotion, right?
Emotions.
And we
Right,
humans don't take actions without there is emotional connection between the things.
right, 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 right,
So this all starts with a personal struggle, I guess, isn't it?
right.
Okay. Do you remember any feedback from a tutor that you will never forget? As I told you, my English teacher saying, Shruti, there's something called pause. So I always remember I have to
Yeah,
pause. Any
that
feedback
is
from tutor?
See, one common feedback first I would like to tell you that every tutor they suggested me that you have to reduce the pace. You're speaking too fast, you have to reduce that. Your English is already good because the words which you are not able to use right now because of your pace, you may be able to use them when you speak slow. First thing. I am trying hard on this. Still
Okay.
working on it, right? Second is there are so many vocabulary words which I learned during the sessions and I still remember them.
Okay.
One word is
Teach me one word.
yeah, one word is millionaire. So I
Oh,
used to
okay.
tell this millennial. I don't know what
Okay.
I used to tell it. So Madhav sir has corrected me this word. Recently, I have learned a lots of words from Nan Gopalan sir like uh, edutainment, infotainment. I did not know these words. I thought it's just made by him, but it's not like
Blend
that.
of two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
blend of two. So like premium, free plus premium, freemium, education plus entertainment, edutainment.
Entertainment.
So I have
Mhm.
learned a lot of new things, I would say, and especially from Nangopalan sir, he focused more on vocabulary because he repeated one vocabulary so many times in one particular session that even if you want to forget, you will not. You will end up memorizing that particular word.
That's
That
the
is one really
psychology we
great thing.
follow. Yeah,
Yes,
so one
that's
is
actually
directly
experience.
teaching. Hmm.
Ah,
One is direct teaching. Okay, today I'll teach you a word. You'll
right,
forget it after the session. The
right,
second is I myself will use so many times. It's called shadowing. So that as
right.
a person, you'll be like, okay, what kind of word is she repeating? So you'll end up taking that in your vocabulary, isn't
One
it?
word also I remember the frugal. I did not know the
Oh,
meaning. So miser,
true.
frugal, it's from the topic actually. There was this session topic and we discussed it. So I just read all those session notes